the previous Volkswagen Touareg a silent assassin because it wasn't the most popular choice in its segment, but still managed to sell almost 1 million units globally. So how does such a successful vehicle get lost amongst its rivals? Brand snobbery? Yeah, perhaps. It did rub shoulders with the likes of the BMW X5, Mercedes-Benz GLE and Audi Q7. But third time's a charm, they say. So, does this third generation Touareg have what it takes to be a crowd pleaser? Let's take a look. Speaking of the Audi Q7, this new Touareg is underpinned by the same Volkswagen Group's MLB platform, which interestingly also forms the basis of the Bentley Bentayga, Lamborghini Urus and Porsche Cayenne. The new Touareg is therefore longer and wider than the previous model, but slightly shorter in height. It is also a substantial 106 kilograms lighter. We really like the look of this new Touareg. The angular and sharp lines give it a modern and fresh look that it needed. But if you want more sharp lines to ogle over, you're going to have to get the R-Line kit. It's standard on the executive model, but on this luxury model, it will cost you an extra 60,000 Rand. But you do get 20-inch wheels instead of these standard 19-inch wheels. On the executive, you go up to 21 inches. The only optional extra on this model is the reef blue metallic paint, which we really like. The cabin has seen an array of changes, and it's truly a comfortable place to be. It's very familiar, very typical Volkswagen, which isn't a bad thing, but they've stepped it up in terms of that premium feel, especially if you opt for the innovation cockpit. Now, it's not standard on this model, but you'll have to pay 75,000 Rand for it. You do get 3 extra USB ports, as well as a beautiful digital display and premium navigation. The upside of just this standard system is that it has the old-fashioned buttons. The innovation cockpit is the control center of the car, so everything is operated via the touchscreen, which can be quite tricky when you're driving. But all is forgiven when you consider that seat heaters and coolers are standard. Volkswagen has gone as far as to call this the most technologically advanced model of its era. It is also claimed to be one of the safest cars in the world. Tech is impressive and sees things such as the newly introduced night vision, which uses a thermal image camera to register infrared radiation coming from a living being. If the system detects an animal or a person, they are marked yellow or red, depending on risk, in a black and white image. The system warns you as well as brakes the vehicle if required. This luxury model comes standard with a host of features, but if it's the night vision you want, you're going to have to cough up just over 59,000 Rand for the advanced safety package. It includes the night vision, lane assist, side assist, and a head-up display. So if you start ticking those option boxes, it's going to get quite pricey for a bunch of tech that maybe you don't really need. Powering this big fella is a 3-litre V6 turbo diesel. You might remember it from the Amarok V6, so you know just how good it is. This engine is refined and power delivery is excellent. It produces 190 kilowatts of power and a whopping 600 Newton meters of torque. Mated to an 8-speed auto, which, like the engine, is refined and smooth. It has paddle shifts, but I don't think you need them. To be honest, you're going to just want this car to do what it does so well and let it be a smooth operator. It's great on the open road, and because of the all-wheel drive, it's great on gravel as well. Maybe even some treacherous terrain. Look, no rocky mountains, it's not trying to be a Land Rover Discovery or anything quite as serious, but loose gravel and stone is quite a doddle for this Touareg. As I mentioned earlier, buyers in this segment might be considered brand snobbish, so the Touareg won't be considered luxurious enough, which is a real shame because the Touareg is a car that is comfortable, refined, and filled with tech that will both satisfy your needs and your wants. Where it might gain traction is with its competitive pricing. There is no base model, so it's already one up on its rivals. This luxury model comes in at just under 1 million Rand. The executive model comes in a smidge over 1 million Rand. With new rivals from Mercedes-Benz and BMW likely to move further up the price list, you could call this new Touareg an absolute premium bargain.
Hello, Cars.co.za, thanks to you, is the largest YouTube channel in South Africa. If you're not one of our subscribers yet, we'd love for you to join the family. All you have to do is click on the round button.